Hello, hello. Happy summer, everyone. We hope that you are having an amazing time. It is sure hot here in Utah, but we are loving it and enjoying the water and the pools and the lakes and all the fun things. This is Megan and Julie, of course, with the VBAC Link, and we have a bittersweet episode for you today. But I'm going to turn the time over to Julie really quick and do a review of the week because we have so many reviews of the week. We want to make sure we get that in.
Absolutely. You know what? I in Utah, this is going to be posted like in the middle of like the hottest week on record for Utah. Like we're going to be over 100 degrees every day. I feel like I'm living back in Phoenix again. Like,
yeah,
it's hot. I don't even want to go outside.
I know. Like, I don't remember it being this hot for a really long time. And like today we went to the swimming pool and it was windy and the wind was hot. Yeah. So it was like sweating from the wind. Like okay, the wind that's normally supposed to cool us off, right?
I've got to tell a couple funny stories. And since this is kind of a less formal episode, I feel like it's okay to do that right now. So when I lived in Phoenix, half of the first summer that I lived there, I drove a car that had no air conditioning.
Oh.
And it would get pushing 120 degrees there. And so I drive down the freeway with like my windows open, but it didn't do anything. So it just blew like burning hot air all over your face, but it dried the sweat off of you. So like I wore nothing but ponytail like the whole time because there was no way I was doing my hair to get it all sweaty and sticky. But then like it was so gross because my back would be so sticky, like stuck to the seat of the car. Like my shirt would just be soaked when I got out of the car. So stinking gross. But besides that, this is another story. Do you remember that one time you made me run out of gas on the freeway?
Yes, I do.
Have we told that story?
I don't know.
So this one time, and this is in lead up to another story.
I was waiting for you to say at band camp. This one time.
We were recording podcasts up in Salt Lake City still, and I needed to fill up gas on my car. And Megan said, you could probably make it home without filling up gas. Like, she's like, I can drive my van for like 30 miles when it tells me it's 0 miles left and I'm fine. And so I'm like, all right, I'll trust Megan and I will drive my car. Well, it says, by the time we left, I think it was like, had like 10 miles left or something, but it was like 11:30 at night and I didn't want to stopping at gas and it was winter time. So it was freezing. And so I was just going to make it home. And I was actually talking to you on the phone and all of a sudden my car stopped. I literally ran out of gas on the middle of the freeway and I pulled over to the side of the road and anyways, it's really random, but this like car, the guys that like come and clean up after a car accident, what is it called? Incident management, maybe? Somebody from in the incident management vehicle pulled up behind me like 10 minutes later. Cause like my husband was like on the way to go buy a gas can and come and rescue me on the freeway. Cause it was like a 35 to 40 minute drive to our podcast recording spot and maybe even longer than that. But, he pulled up behind me and I was like, well, I'm either about to get killed because I listened to too many true crime podcasts or I'm going to get help. And so I opened the window and he was like, hey, you having problems? Because, my flashers were on. And I'm like, yeah, I'm out of gas. And he's like, oh, that's an easy fix. And he had a can of gas in his car. And so he filled up my gas tank. And I was on my merry little way. My husband didn't have to like run around the place trying to save me because I listened to Megan. Totally Megan's fault. I'm never going to let you live that down. I hope you know. But this is a lead into my other story. I had to tell 2 stories to lead into this story. Are you ready for it? I was driving home from Salt Lake City today, and my car said I had like 7 miles left to go. I'm driving on the freeway, almost the exact same spot, but it was dropping down on like 6 miles ago, 5 miles ago, super fast. And I was like, well, this is strange. Well, luckily I push my car to limits all the time. And it turned to 0. And I was like, oh, I definitely have enough time to make it to the exit and to the gas station. Well, would you know what? The second it hit 0, it immediately stopped my car on the freeway today when it was like over 100 degrees outside and I'm in the middle lane of the freeway. So like I try and pull over and it's like 3:30. So traffic is just starting to get busy. I like pull over like 4 other lanes and like coast around the curve. Like I'm coasting the whole way. Right. And I turn around the corner and the exit ramp is like downhill. So I turn around the corner, but then I start going too fast and I'm like, I don't want to lose my momentum. Like the gas was like, the gas station is like right around the corner from the exit ramp. And so, but I pressed my brakes a little bit and then the road started going uphill again. And I was like, dang it, just a little bit, but enough to like totally slow me down. So I ran out of gas across the street from the gas station. I ran out of gas on the freeway, but I coasted all the way to right across the street from the gas station. I'm not even kidding you. And I was so frustrated. So I called my husband and he's like, well, I can't come get you. I'm like, I know I'm right across the street from the gas station. Like, I just need to know how to push the car in. Because I was just going to go do it because it's freaking hot outside. I'm tired. I had a really long day today. And I was just going to put my car in neutral. I just want to make sure like I wasn't, doing anything wrong or whatever. And then he's like, why, you're right across the street from Maverick. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, why don't we just go in Maverick and buy a gas can? Sounds like a lot easier to me. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, that's genius. So I walk in there and they're $13 for a 1 gallon gas can. And I was like, these guys are scamming me out of money. But luckily for me, the cashier had a gas can hidden in the back, probably for incidences just like mine. And he let me borrow it. So I went and filled up my car with almost a gallon of gas and it wouldn't start. Oh. Megan, I tried like 5 or 6 times. It was like, it wanted to start so bad. You could tell it was just like, that little sound it makes before it starts, like a little, and then vroom, vroom, it's all alive and stuff. Yeah. It was making that sound, but just like totally sputtering out. I tried starting it like 6 or 7 times. I'm like, no, my car cannot be dead right now. No. It's like, and so then I called my husband again and told him what was happening because I didn't know what to do. And he's on a work call and he's like, can I call you back in like 2 seconds? I'm like, it's fine. I'll just sit in the car and cook. I had my windows down. I was like, I'll just sit here and cook for a little while. Yeah. But then I tried it again and it started.
Oh, maybe it was just too hot.
So weird. Maybe it just needed some time to get back from riding on fumes to riding on gas. I pulled up and now my gas tank is full and I will never let it get lower than 10 miles left to go ever again in my entire life. I'm sick of running out of gas on the freeway.
Oh my gosh, you're so funny.
And it's all your fault. It's still your fault. This one was too.
This one was too.
It was because you gave me too much trust in the system. But now that trust is broke. Wow.
Well,
okay, let's get to
I push it all the time.
I know you do. But in my van, because we have the same type of van, in my van, I can get to 0 and be fine for a few miles. But this Ford Focus, no. No. Okay, let's do a review of the week and then get on with this.
Okay. All right.
It's lucky that like we have the podcast and so we know that people like listening to us talk, or else people might get mad at us for talking so much. Or just me, maybe.
Yeah. No.
Hey, one time somebody said specifically in a review that they liked my stories. And so I'm taking that and running with it today, apparently. Okay. Review of the week. This is from, I don't even know how to say this. Prijis, Prijis. She's from Great Britain and she left the review on Apple Podcasts. And the title is Such a Help with Mentally Preparing for a VBAC. She says, I'm a UK mom I really love how they say mum and like MUM in Great Britain. Like, I love it so much. I want to walk around and say, how you doing, mum? Like, pup, cheerio, mum. Okay, sorry. I'm a UK mom, nearly 40 weeks pregnant with my second baby and going for a VBAC after a traumatic C-section experience with my first baby in September 2018. I started listening to this podcast when I was around 12 weeks pregnant, and that was like not long after we started. And it has seen me through such an emotional roller coaster and mentally prepping for my VBAC. Alongside therapy, the podcast has helped me let go of my previous birth experience and believe that this time things can and will be different. Even though the healthcare system here is a lot different, So not everything applies to me. It's so amazing and empowering hearing all the stories of women around the world, and it helps me to believe I can do it. Thank you so much for making this podcast, and I hope to share my success story with you all very soon. Dude, this review is left on January 7th, and she was 40 weeks pregnant, so she's probably had her baby by now.
Yo, yeah, for sure. I hope she's had her baby by now because it's June. That's awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
That is seriously one of my favorite things when we get tags in the community or, we get messages. We just got one on Instagram, like talking about her VBAC, and she said she just wanted to send us a message and say thank you. Her first contraction started at 1:35 a.m. and her little baby girl was born at 4:10 a.m.
Wow.
Yeah. She's like, I feel like a bad ass. I can say ass. I'm saying ass. She feels like a badass. I'm like, yeah, you should feel like a badass. So I love getting messages like that. It's just so fun. And she just thanked us for the podcast and all we do. But it just warms my heart so much when we get these notifications and see these things.
You are tuned in to the VBAC Link podcast with Julie Francom and Megan Heaton, VBAC moms, doulas, and educators here to help you get inspired for birth after having a C-section. Together, they have created a robust VBAC preparation course along with this uplifting podcast for women who are preparing for their VBAC. Although these episodes are VBAC specific, they encourage all expectant moms to listen and educate themselves on how to avoid a cesarean from the get-go. The purpose of this podcast is to educate and inform. It is not meant to replace advice from any other qualified medical professional. Here are your hosts, Julie and Megan.
This is hard. This is going to be a hard episode to do.
Yes, it is, you guys. So first of all, we want to just tell you, we love you. We love being here with you. Obviously, it's been such an amazing journey already. And already that sounds like it's bad. It's like doomsday. But I know, we wanted to stop in today and let you know that we are going to be taking a little break. We're not ending or never coming back, but we are going to take a break. So right now it's summer and we have a lot going on. We have a lot of littles that are needing our attention and our hubbies that are needing our attention. And honestly, there's a lot of other really cool things that we are working on that need our attention. So yeah, we are going to actually be taking a break. It's not going to be forever and a day, but it is going to be a little bit of a break. And we're sad, right? Do you feel so sad? I just feel like it's going to be weird. It's going to be super weird.
Yeah, I'm kind of just almost even second guessing our decision right now while we're talking about it, because like you've said, we get so many messages and reviews and love from people who have listened to the podcast and it's helped support them. And you're probably listening right now. It's probably helped you. And that makes us really sad. And we've talked about this for about the past 4 to 6 months, I think.
Mm-hmm. We haven't been able to do it. We were okay, we're going to do it in the beginning of the year. And then we're nope, we have too many stories that we need to share and so many fun things, and it's been hard.
Yeah. We have over 200 stories that have been submitted to us that we haven't even been able to share. So if you've submitted your story and we haven't gotten to you, we're so sorry. It breaks our hearts. We want to share everybody's story. Kind of going off on a little tangent though, if you go to our Instagram page and follow the link in that bio there, then you can submit to share your story on our social media pages. So we're not going away completely. We're still going to be on social media. You can still sign up for our email list and webinars, take our courses, of course, but we are just taking a pause in the podcast. We do not know how long we are going to be taking a break for, but we just both need a chance to wrap our hands around our lives and take control back.
Mm-hmm.
The podcast takes up a lot of time and it's a lot of work to keep it running and keep it running smoothly. And, like Megan said, we have kids now that are in, their younger years, and they have soccer practice and gymnastics practice and dance classes. And my kids are starting karate this summer, and then, back and forth to school. Not so much right now because it's summer, but then we have summer vacations and, just all the mom and regular life stuff. But then we also have our own doula businesses and our own clients to support and our own social circles that, oh my gosh, I can't even remember the last time I hung out with a friend, to be honest with you, because I'm either doing work or kids. And then maybe my husband's like kind of become an afterthought, which kind of makes me sad. But we've got to figure out how to get our priorities straight so that we can sustain this business and the podcast long-term in the future for many, many, many years to come. And it makes me sad. I feel like I'm breaking up with somebody.
No, it's so weird. I know. But it's going to be good. It's going to be really good. So, and then, like I said, we've got some really awesome things. So we are revamping our VBAC course. There's been a lot of really cool updates that we're going to be adding in. And then we're actually even adding to some of our sections. If you haven't noticed, we've revamped a lot of our website. We've got, really cool things coming on that. And then of course the webinars, we'll still be doing those. So even though we won't be having podcasts right now, we're going to be offering so many fun things, and we'll be working behind the scenes, and yeah, it's going to be great. It really will.
Yeah. So if you haven't already, follow us on Facebook, join our group, the VBAC Link community. Follow us on Instagram because we're still going to be around. We're still going to be talking to you. You're still going to be able to listen and learn from us. And we're going to be able to be a lot more active in the group now too, because I feel like I'm missing everything that's going on in the group unless there's a problem. And then we jump in to take care of the problem, and we don't get to interact with people in the group as much anymore and answer direct messages directly as much anymore. And so we want to get back to the root of that and interacting with you guys on a more consistent basis. Our admin, Sarah, just had her baby, if you didn't know already. And she's taking some time off. And so we're taking on a lot of her workload as well. But follow us there. We have a YouTube channel. We even have a Pinterest, but I don't know if that's very active or not. But we're going to start making videos to go along with some of our blogs. So you watch the YouTube channel. And like Megan said, we are going over our course with a fine-tooth comb. So if you're already enrolled in the course, sometime in the next couple months, because it's taking us quite a bit of time, in the next couple months, you'll see some updates in the course when you log in at the vbaclink.teachable.com. And so if you're already a student, you have lifetime access and unlimited times to go through all the modules. You basically, once you're in for life. So you get all the updates, all the updated manuals, all the updated video content, all the updated studies and resources, handouts, worksheets, and everything that we include in the course. So if you're already there, then we'll actually send out an email to all our students because we're going to take the courses offline for about 2 days while we make these updates. But there's some really exciting stuff coming. A lot of the content is staying the same, but like Megan said, since we published our courses at first 2 years ago online, there have been some new studies come out. The way we teach certain things have changed, and we want to make sure that we are consistently providing the most up-to-date information for you, not only on our social media platforms, but in our course as well. So we're literally going through every single page of our 120-page manual. We're making sure it's up to date, making sure our sources are correct, making sure that everything is current, and we're each rewriting our own parts. And then we read through over each other's parts. And our admin reads through it to make sure there's no spelling error, grammar errors, and then it makes sense to everybody. And then we're updating some of the videos, like Megan said, to making sure that what is said in the videos aligns with our manual content in cases where we update things there. So we're excited for all our current students to see the updates, and we're even more excited for you. If you haven't already enrolled in our course, you can check them out at the vbaclink.com/shop. If you like listening to us on the podcast, just wait till you watch us on video. I don't know why that came to my head, but yeah. So hang out with us there. Find us, follow us, subscribe to our email list. I'm going to tell you all the cool things you can find and connect with us besides social media. So obviously our website, thevbaclink.com, we just published a brand new homepage, and our homepage actually has different landing pages for if you're a parent or a doula. So scroll down a little bit, and then it'll say parents start here, doulas start here. And if you click on that page, it'll pull up our most, click on whichever button's right for you. It'll pull up our most popular content that we have, depending on if you're a parent or if you're a doula. And we're really excited for these pages. They're really smooth. They're really nice. They're straight to the point. And we are just, I don't know, I love the pages. They just look so beautiful, I think. So obviously you can find us there on our website. Our webinars, we have the next 3 months scheduled out. Actually, we're not doing one in July, but August, September, and October, we have webinars that you can sign up for by just going to the vbaclink.com/webinar and find all the different topics there. We're going to have several topics to choose from. And so you can always connect with us there. And then, did I say our courses were at the vbaclink.com/shop? Basically, whatever you want, you can pretty much find on our website, except for the webinars. So you got to go to the vbaclink.com/webinars, or just watch social media or subscribe to our email list at the vbaclink.com/subscribe. And you'll get notified every week of what's coming up, what's new with us, and what we're working on, so that we can stay connected, because we want to stay connected with you.
Absolutely. Yeah, we don't want to lose that connection, because we really do love it so much, and it brings us so much joy.
Absolutely. And I just want to remind everybody, we have 180 episodes. This is actually our 181st episode, so I'm not counting this one. But sometimes, every once in a while, I'll go back and listen to an episode that we published like 2 or 3 years ago, because we've been doing this for 3 years now. This is like 3 years and I think 3 years and 2 weeks ago, we published our first episode. It was the very beginning of June of 2018. And every once in a while, I'll go back and listen to an older episode. And even I forget all the cool stories there and the good information that is in there. And so I encourage you, we both encourage you to go back and if you need your VBAC Link podcast fix, start from the beginning and listen through them again, because there's so much good information there that you've probably forgotten, because, we're all human and we all forget things. And so go back and re-listen to some of them. And even better, on our website, the vbaclink.com/podcast, or you can just go to vbaclink.com. It's right there in the menu. In our podcast player, there's a search bar. And so if you're looking for a specific type of episode, like VBAC after 2 C-sections, you can type in VBA2C, and it'll pull up several stories that have VBAC that are just for VBAC after 2 C-sections, or special scars, or big babies, or anything that you want to learn more about. Just type in that search bar and it'll pull up the episodes. You can listen right from our website, or of course, wherever you're listening to this podcast right now. But yeah. What else?
I think that's it.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I want to tell a story. This would be a perfect way to close it off. So, unless you have anything else you want to say, Megan.
No, I just want to say I love you all.
Oh, this is making me sad. So when I was in the military, I don't know. I just think it was this unsaid thing. It's not something you really talked about or were conscious of or made aware of, but we never said goodbye. I lost a few friends to the war, 5 friends, and goodbye is just kind of permanent. So when you say goodbye, it has kind of an ending to it. Mm-hmm. And so we always say, see you later. Even if you're leaving work for the day, or if you're going home on leave, or if you're deploying to a war zone, it's always see you later. If you say goodbye, it's almost uncomfortable, awkward, goodbye. Oh, no. We don't say that here. So it's always see you later, because that implies a return, right? Mm-hmm. And so it's kind of jinxing it, I guess, if you say goodbye. I don't know if anybody else in the military or other branches of the military maybe have that, but it's just see you later. And so even in my life now, I hardly ever say goodbye. I always say see you later, just because see you later has this expectation that we will meet again. And so I want you to know that we absolutely love you. And we're probably going to talk about it so much while we're not recording about when we're going to start back up again, because this is probably one of the hardest business decisions we've had to make. But my gosh, it's so hard. But we really have to get our lives back in order and spend a little bit less time working so that we can spend a little bit more time on the things that matter to us most right now. And so when we are ready to return with some more podcast episodes for you, we will make huge announcements and big, exciting podcasts or social media posts and an email announcement, and it'll probably be on our website. And so stick around, don't lose touch, and we will see you later.
Yes, we will see you later. We'll see you on the flip side.
On the flippity flop.